What's up, guys? This is T-Mac with some 2K TV Interactive. Could you tell me what year did I get inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame? Was it 2016, 2017, 2018, or was it 2019? If you answered 2017, you get some free VC.
Coming right up, the Heat taking on the Bucks. For the Heat, an impressive 6-1 start to the season. They expect to win every night. Bucks, Heat, coming up next. Don't go anywhere. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. Courtside with two ex-NBA stars, Grant Hill and Brent Barry. I'm Brian Anderson. We've got Allie LaForce on the sidelines tonight as well. And the Milwaukee starting five. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. And it's Kuzma in at the three, the small forward. And for Miami, we've got Mitchell. He's out there with Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the five. You look at Miami, they've got a lot going for them in the NBA Cup. A 2-0 record, plus home court advantage tonight.
Well, they could put those seatbelts on. They're in the driver's seat. A perfect record. Some home cooking. Tonight's about taking advantage of the situation. Take a big step towards that knockout round.
And then the situation for the Bucks. After splitting the first two games of the NBA Cup, they come into this one seeking a much-needed win on the road.
Yeah, and it won't be easy, but I think they're up for the challenge. They know they have to bring their A game here tonight.
Here's Milwaukee, coming off a win against the Hornets.
They really had a strong night shooting the basketball. They got hot and stayed hot.
Saw the box score the next day and thought about those percentages. They had guys just going off in that one.
Here's Ware. He drops it from range.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. It's a 5-point game. Knocks it loose. Trent, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Just 5 on the clock. Fast break. Here come the Heat. Here's Ware. And he dunks it down.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Mitchell with the ball. He's picked up by Lillard. And Mitchell with the slam.
Wow. Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And the big dunk at the end of the break.
And you love it when you get out and just get an easy two like Tyler was able to do there.
Timeout called. Milwaukee. And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
Almost 2 minutes. Into the first here. Here's Milwaukee. 11-point game. This, their first look at this year's Miami squad.
Even though they had the better roster, they actually lost the season series to this team last year. They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
And that was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. To the left side wing. Here's Lillard. And he can't stop the run as that one misses. The Heat have got all 6 shots to fall in the first. Here's Anderson. And Miami again with the bucket.
They've come out hot. I mean, really hot. Perfect from the field thus far.
Here come the Heat again in transition. And finished off by Anderson.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Now here's Lopez. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
I briefly spoke with Miami's head coach. Of course, we talked mostly about Giannis Antetokounmpo, the focus of this one. Coach telling me I've lost sleep thinking about Giannis. He can just take over a game, no matter how you play him. We're hoping he'll be a little off tonight. Do off nights exist for Giannis, guys? We'll find out.
All right, Ali, thanks once again. And here's Milwaukee now. Nothing up yet on the scoreboard for them. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And as some of you might know, this game serving as the third contest in group play of the NBA Cup tournament for these two teams. Grant, a lot on the line here tonight for them.
Yeah, BA, and both sides are very much alive in the group stage at this point. Whoever gets the win here is well on their way to the next stage of the NBA Cup.
Let's see which teams have been running the league's most efficient offenses. Number one, the Heat.
The smart offensive moves this team makes helps them open up the floor and find great looks. That's how they've secured such an impressive shooting percentage.
Here's Kuzma. He chipped in with 13 points in his last game. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. All alone on the break. Here's Ware. Oh, wow. Ooh, an incredible double clutch dunk.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Now here's Lillard. Really played well against Charlotte in his last game, and he gets it back. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Oh, wasted no time on that one. Ware's got 10 points in the game. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Yeah, I love the energy and aggressiveness I've seen from them on defense. They're really getting after it with all these blocks.
They've done a great job tonight of getting out in transition, so that focus on fast break will add to your total in a hurry.
So for Miami, Jaquez is checked in for Highsmith, and it's Robinson in for Hero. Portis, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Porter Jr. comes in for Damian Lillard. Knocked away, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Mitchell. Tipped away, stolen by Mitchell. Takes it inside, and Mitchell with the slam.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And so Porter will bring it up for the Bucks. Still without a basket in the game. And Mitchell over to help. Down low. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball.
Miami ball.
Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaken out. You take a look at Miami, in second now, but wanting to claim that top seed. And of course Milwaukee, now 7.5 games back.
Seeing where the Bucks are, they wanted to get better. They're putting in the work. Maybe the results will start coming later in the year.
And after talking to some of the coaches and the players, they're not happy that they couldn't start off on a little bit more of a roll. But I think they're in fine shape with the bulk of the season still to come.
Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. Anderson for three. And again, it's Miami from deep.
We see it happen again. They give the ball away, and it immediately hurts them.
Here's Porter. Out to Portis, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will keep it.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
And the Heat making a change here. Jovic is checked in. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Green's checked in for Kuzma. To win the cold spell. It's hauled in by Robinson. Miami has gone 4 of 5 from distance here in the first quarter. There's the three. Buries it from three.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Porter against Mitchell. Nabbing another steal. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. You gotta love it. I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
And even losing big, you have to maintain composure if you want to avoid embarrassment.
32 seconds left in the first quarter.
And whether it's the defensive effort or just bad offense, they're holding their opponent to a very low field goal percentage.
Where? That's good.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
Ware's gotten everything to go. 5 attempts, 5 makes. Porter in the post. Checked by Mitchell. Porter's shot is off.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Jovic has got his 2nd basket of the night.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
Kyle Anderson has been leading the charge for Miami, absolutely carrying the offense. He ends the quarter with 14. We'll be right back. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And quite a position here for the Heat to be in. What do you guys think?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, it's the kind of thing that happens.
Here's Porter. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. We've got Jaime Jaquez. Duncan Robinson is out there with Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And a big finish by Robinson.
And Duncan on the leak out that time, creating a very easy opportunity.
Lillard with the ball. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Damian Lillard last season becoming the 51st NBA player ever to cross the 20,000-point threshold and the 17th fastest to ever do it. He said it's a great accomplishment and a rare space to be in. I'm like, man, I might be able to get 27 or 28,000 if I can stay healthy. Ryan, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, me either. Thanks, Allie. And the Bucks making a change here. Kuzma's checked in. Hero for 3. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
And you can tell Tyler Hero has put some hours in shooting the rock.
Hero against Lillard. To the wing on the left. Ooh, it's stolen away. Here's Ware. And again, it's Miami from deep.
I'll tell you what, fast break points have been the story here.
Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Ooh, poked away. Pass to Lopez. Inside. Shot clock at 6. The shot by Lillard, no good. Miami has gotten 7 of 8 three-pointers to go in this game. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow, amazing.
Man, filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. And it's Lillard with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. To the inside. Here's Kuzma. No good. Had a chance to end the run there.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And Grant, one thing we've seen so far with the NBA Cup tournament, it's been an absolute blast for the fans.
Yeah, B.A., it's the ideal way to make games more engaging. Fans love to brag about anything their team does. So in that regard, giving regular season games this extra spice has been a huge success.
Lillard looking around. And so the ball out of bounds. Hero touched it last. All right, let's take a quick moment to bring up the shooting guards who have been lighting it up from three-point range over the last 10 games. And you look at Hero, he is downright lethal from distance, ranking first in the league in three-point percentage. And, of course, Duncan Robinson, this is a guy you cannot leave alone behind the arc.
These long-range shooters almost always have the green light because they're just so accurate.
Well, they're not players who run hot and cold. It's just hot when they're behind the arc. And if any of them do suffer from a cold stretch, it never lasts long. Shoot yourself in, then shoot yourself out.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Hero, no good. Lillard against Jaquez. Poked loose. It's stolen by Jaquez. Fast break Miami. Here's Hero. And there are the Heat with another bucket.
Running at every opportunity. They have a huge edge in transition points.
Oh, they get a hand on it. To end the run. Lillard can't get it to go. The Heat have gone 8 for 9 here in the second. Pass to Hero. Lets it go from deep. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
And Hero comes to help. To the paint. Here's Lopez. And another miss by Milwaukee.
I'm shocked he missed that wide open look. He has to feel embarrassed he blew that one.
And it's good for 2. Robinson's gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, in the basketball dictionary, if you look up the definition of pure jump shot, you might find Duncan Robinson.
Double team on Lillard. Here's Jaquez. His nightly numbers respectable, putting up 10 points a game. And that one is hammered home.
Well, they're clicking on all cylinders right now, beginning to pull away.
The game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
1:14 left to play in the first half. Here's Portis. And too long on the shot. Miami's got it going from distance in the second quarter. 4 of 5 from deep. Jaquez drives in. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Love the take there from Jaquez Jr. Clever at knowing when to attack.
Lillard against Hero. The shot by Lillard, no good.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Offensive rebound. Back to Robinson. Outside Jaquez. Second chance effort. That one goes. Count it. Jaquez has got 9.
Getting it done in the in-between area. Jaquez Jr. just taking what he sees.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Counted. 11 points in the game.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
Here's Lillard. Driving inside. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
You gotta credit the defense this period. They've been all over him. Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Again, the Heat score.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And so it's Miami showing no mercy and just piling it on, looking dominant and focused right now. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The hometown crowd loving that first half. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
And the game plan they went with was very clear. It was centered around scoring inside. Pound that ball inside, pound it in the paint, try to get the high percentage shot. And because of this assertive attitude, they've got the edge where it counts on the scoreboard.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
Their effort on the board has been horrendous. That's a good way to get blown out. The only way they can turn this thing around is to start winning the rebounding battle, to win the battle of possession. Otherwise, they're my favorite. Avocado toast.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Robinson's gone 4 for 4 shooting tonight. And on the floor for Doc Rivers as we get into the second half. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Inside we have Giannis and Lopez. And it's Kuzma in at the 3. Lillard with the ball. And it's Robinson picking him up. Kuzma. It's hauled in by the Heat.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
The 3 is up. And the basket by Highsmith. Highsmith's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Can't get it to fall. You know, Damian Lillard, a lot of his points come from the line, Brent.
Well, he does a great job of getting himself there. I think defenders are so in tune with Lillard's ability to drill you from the three-point line. He gets around the initial guy and then into the teeth of the defense where he's very strong at attacking the rim.
Here's Lillard. Mitchell grabs a miss.
Yeah, this has been a night where you can look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
Hits the trifecta.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
On the wing, Kuzma. To stop the run. Jaquez grabs the board.
Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
They're pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Love is checked in for Miami.
Kevin Love.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. To the middle. Here's Lillard. Tipped.
Well, how about that? Kevin Love getting up and making a statement block there.
Whew, I think he wants that one back. I mean, he knows he's capable of better.
Robinson for 3. And the Heat, another 3.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
And the ball out of play. The Bucks will have it. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, the Bucks creating an elite tandem last season, pairing Giannis with Damian Lillard, who said people want it to just click right away, but when you put two guys together who have always had the ball in their hands, it's going to take time to learn how to play off of one another. It's about making sure we continue to grow. B.A.?
That's a good perspective, Allie. Thanks. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 0 shots to go out of 6 attempts. Kuzma finds Antetokounmpo. Will it go? Love with the ball. Now Porter defending. From behind the arc. Love, and that one's good. Love's got his first 3 points of the game.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Pass to Kuzma. And it's blocked.
Good intensity on defense. Kyle Anderson using the length that time and timing it well to get the rejection.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. They're scoreless since the first half. Now here's Porter. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. And here is Kuzma. He's scoreless. And that one's good. Mitchell.
They've really upped the tempo, and it's working for them. Great transition offense.
Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Porter against Mitchell. Pass to Prince. Now here's Kuzma. Anderson covers. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Porter. Rejected by Mitchell. 3 on 3. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
Porter's shot is off.
There's aggressive, and then there's trying to do too much. His scoreless effort is hurting this team.
Anderson for 3. Here's Highsmith. And there's another one for the Heat.
Their success from mid-range has really set them apart today.
you look at all the turnovers, boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute.
Pass to Trent. To the inside. Here's Porter. Rejected by Mitchell. And they're running. Here's Highsmith. And the Heat, another three. And now we get a little perspective here on how the hustle game has been for Miami.
Well, you have to like what you've seen from them defensively. They've done well contesting shots and have managed to come away with some blocks, too.
Well, they've been fantastic tonight, really enforcing giveaways and getting scores on the other end. I mean, you get a few more possessions like that, your confidence grows, you win that turnover battle.
Mitchell, good.
Guys, he can't miss. I swear, he was trying to miss that. He did not miss. That means he can't miss.
Here's Porter, and he drives in. No good again that time.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Here's Milwaukee. Nothing yet for him here in the third quarter. It's stolen by Love. Here's Anderson. Again, the Heat score.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Substitution on the court.
One second left. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's Miami, way out of reach with an enormous lead as we head into a break. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. We'll be back in a moment. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Now, the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Tyler Hero is out there with Davion Mitchell. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's Jovic in at the 4-man position. That's the group in the game for the Heat. And Mitchell over to help. Pass to Sims. On the wing, Green. Brett, you had a ton of playoff experience as a player. What was the atmosphere of the NBA postseason like?
Well, the intensity certainly picks up, BA, but looking back at it, it's so fun to see the amount of attention that all of a sudden comes with playoff basketball. So many more fans, so many more cameras, so much on the line. It's really where you enjoy all that hard work.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
They began the play with active defense, and they finished the play with active offense.
Well, a lot of times coaches will tell you that if you play great defense, you're going to get a reward. It was a good possession all the way around.
Love grabs the miss. Love's got 4 rebounds now. And he goes in for the dunk.
Pretty much having the green light on the offensive end. Tyler Hero gets explosive to score.
The Bucks have gone 0 for 3 in this fourth. Not good. Pass to Sims. Porter against Mitchell. Here's Sims. And out of bounds. The Heat will take it.
Heat ball.
So for Miami, Burks comes in for Hero. And it's Rozier in for Mitchell. And Milwaukee with a change here too. Rollins is checked in. And the Heat with possession. It's been 8 unanswered for them. Burks for 3. Knocks it down from distance.
What vision from Rozier there. Seeing his teammate was wide open and making the right pass.
Pass to Sims. There's the double with Burks. And we're going to have a jump ball. And you look around the league. Brenner, small market teams having a moment.
Well, B.A., these teams have done a very good job of positioning themselves well. If you look back over the past couple years, what have they done? Well, they've had themselves a lot of pick and a lot of good fortune moving up in the draft in some cases. And these teams aren't going anywhere.
Good on the shot.
Name a shot, Rozier has mastered it. Terry's developed into a top-notch scoring guard.
It's stolen by Love. On the break. Here's Rozier. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
They're having very little success right now.
And they really could take a different approach, right? Find something that works.
Jovic passes to Burks. And again, Miami with a triple.
And let's face it, when you're down this many points, you simply can't let them get that good of a look.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Green against Rozier. Launches it. And again, Miami with a triple.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
And Miami again with the bucket.
I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
Stolen by Rozier. Yes, it's good. Rozier's got 11 points here in the second half.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Portis, the rebound by Burks. Miami has gone 3 for 3 from downtown in this fourth quarter. Beyond the arc. And again, Miami with a triple.
Creating easy baskets for his teammates, just one of Kevin Love's strengths.
We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter here. Sims, the pass to Portis. And Brent, you look at the greater parity around the league. One factor, rebuilding teams can't hoard cap space like they once did.
Yeah, BA, so much tougher for teams to absorb these huge contracts in exchange for picks. So now you've got to use that cap space from day one, jump on the guys that you think are going to propel your team, and hope for the best.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Heat.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And this is a nice victory for them. It's win number 14 of the year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Davion Mitchell.
So many times on the defensive end showed off those quick mitts. jumped all over the opposition and swiped the ball away a number of times.
That's tipped. Outside Burks. And there's another one for the Heat.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
To snap the cold streak. And it's Green missing. The Heat on offense. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed.
You can feel the excitement in this arena. These guys have done one heck of a job.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Stolen by Burks. Here's Rozier. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Way to capitalize on the mistake that leads to the bucket. You gotta love it.
That's why you can't afford to just turn it over to him, because he's going to do stuff like that and make you pay just right down the throat.
So no problem for Miami as they get the win. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and our entire 2K Sports crew, this is Brian Anderson signing off. So long, everybody.
Season 6 is slamming home new rewards, challenges, and cards to obliterate your opponents in My Team.
It all starts with your season reward, so don't miss claiming the newest legend to the Lakers timeline, Diamond Luka Doncic, who can evo to a pink diamond to become the newest star in your My Team.
And every 10 levels, your lineup will be elevated this season with Pink Diamond Robert Williams III at level 10, the legendary handles of Galaxy Opal Rafer Alston at level 20, and the high-flying Dark Matter Grant Hill at level 30.
And we may as well get...
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the Charlotte Hornets here at Spectrum Center. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. So the opening lineup for the Heat, Tyler Hero out there with Mitchell. Then there's Anderson, and it's Highsmith in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Hornets, they've got Miles Bridges. Brandon Miller out there with Trey Mann. Then it's Williams. And it's Green in at the 3. All right, Greg, here we are on the day before Thanksgiving, a very special time of the year. Any favorite Thanksgiving traditions or foods for you or your family?
Oh, Kevin, I'm a sweet potato pie lover. But I tell you, man, I love it all. I can't wait.
Tip-off goes to Miami. Deep 2 from Anderson. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
You get the sense there is a level of intensity right out of the gates.
Here's man, covered by Mitchell. Williams can't hit. Charlotte, their last game, a win against Orlando. Hero from long range. Good on the triple.
And savvy play by Hero, using the pull-up jumper to catch the defense off guard.
Passes it to Miller. Missed inside. It's been a quick start for Miami. It's a 5-point game. And Mitchell puts up a deep three. And the Heat, another three.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Mitchell. Oh, and here comes Anderson all alone. Yes, that goes in. Anderson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejection.
The best defenses do a great job of protecting the rim. That team did not give an inch. They defended and contested every shot.
Competition stacks up right now. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. Take a look at the Lakers. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, for the Heat, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride.
Man with it, covered by Mitchell. It's Williams, high post. Taking a look at the scoring numbers right now, he averages about 9 points a game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Williams with the ball. That's tipped. Clock at 4. Anderson wide open, and there's another one for the Heat.
Oh, are you kidding? 5 for 5, and they just got started.
Hey, DB, we don't see a lot of them, but from what you have seen and heard, what can the Charlotte Hornets do better to improve their overall game?
Well, I think one of the things you have to look at is what are they doing successfully on the offensive end, and what are their weaknesses? One of the weaknesses is drawing fouls and getting opportunities at the free throw line. To me, Kev, the best teams do a good job of getting easy points, whether in transition or at the charity stripe.
Launches a 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. The finish. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're Defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Charlotte calls timeout. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
And really just a bad loss. No other way to put it. I mean, they maybe overlooked some of the bench players because those reserves got loose offensively.
A chance now to see the league leaders in three-point field goal percentage. Davion Mitchell, number 1. Third is Tyler Hero.
Either of these two guys force defenders to come out well past that three-point line, and that really opens the floor up for their entire offense.
Man with it, covered by Mitchell. And Mitchell with a clear path to the hoop. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Stolen by Hero. And the pass to Anderson. Here's Highsmith. Wing shot on the way. Good. And it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
Goes to
Highsmith's got his second bucket. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Heat.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
And so it's Charlotte with it. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. Man, no good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop them, and that's never an easy task.
And that one's good. Mitchell's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Heat.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Poked away. Stolen by Hero. The drive by Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Here's Man. The Heat getting the bucket. Pass to Williams. Kicks it to Green. They get a hand on it. There's 1:26 left in the first quarter of the game. To the paint. The kick out to Anderson. Good ball movement here by Miami. And here's Mitchell from the arc. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Stolen by Mitchell. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Some changes for Charlotte. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Mark Williams. And Okogie subbed in for Josh Green. Miami's on 4-6 from long range here early on. For three, Mitchell, and the three ball is good. Mitchell's got 20.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Miller the bounce pass. Here's Okogie. It's deflected. Miller against Mitchell. Robinson for three, and again Miami with the triple.
crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
And Charlotte turns it over again. Looking for the first basket of the game. Brent Williams is checked in for Bridges. The Heat also with a sub. Love's checked in. Miami controlling the game. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's Robinson with the jam.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
Out of bounds. And it goes out of bounds.
Goes to Charlotte.
Last touch by Jaquez. There's 10 seconds left to play in the first. And it's Miller penetrating, and a miss there off the inbound. Robinson for three, and the Heat another three.
Robinson.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm. And you can see how they're finishing their play.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
We're at the end of the first quarter, and what a blowout already in this one. It's the Heat delivering the blowout. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Heat here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Robinson's gone a perfect 2-2 from the arc. Rule adjustments, Doris, regarding the rip-through move. Do you think those have been effective?
Kevin, I certainly think we've taken a step in the right direction. We have got to give the defense more of a chance at this point, and the idea that you don't get shots on the rip-through is important.
We've got Yusuf Nurkic. Trey Mann is out there with Miller. Then it's Williams. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Mann passes to Okogie. Miller inside. Robinson on him. Miller, no luck. Love outside. Mitchell finds Love. And the dunk by Love.
Yes. Although Love plays with a lot of finesse, I love seeing him throw it down like that, showing how he can still elevate with the best of them.
Knocked away. Stolen by Mitchell. And the dunk by Love.
Kevin Love.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Miller, no luck. And it's Love with the ball for the Miami Heat. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. It's good from long range.
3 points.
Well, Kevin Love just has a great feel for the game. He has a strong understanding of their offense, and he's a very willing passer. That's why you see what you see there.
Here's Okogie. Heat knocking down the tray.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Got that one up quick. Jaquez has got 6 here in this quarter.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Here's Mann, covered by Mitchell. Tipped away. Stolen by Mitchell. And Mitchell with a clear path to the hoop. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
This is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
I think this is what we call, quote, running a team off the floor. They have been fantastic in transition.
And the Hornets with possession here. After the Heat pick up 2. Man passes to Miller. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Robinson. Love outside. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Mitchell's got 6 assists here tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
They double him with Love. Here's Nurkic. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more health, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you. Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. Green comes in for Miller. For 3, Mitchell. Wow, that makes him a perfect 10 for 10. Double-digit perfection.
3. They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Here's Man. Covered by Mitchell. Knocked loose. Jaquez with the steal. Fires for 3. And again, Miami with the triple.
Man, he is feeling it from three-point range. All of a sudden, he just can't miss.
Here's Man, covered by Mitchell. And the official signals a backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Every team hopes to have a player on this list. A quick update now on the top field goal percentage shooters in the NBA. Davion Mitchell, number 1. Second, Tyler Hero.
You can't say enough about these two guys shooting this season. Both their percentages, just incredible stuff.
Here's Jaquez. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got his 7th assist in the game.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Broke loose. And here again, the Heat in transition. Up the court they go. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Here's Man, the Heat getting the bucket. Double team on Nurkic. Jaquez with the steal. And a wide open look for Hero. Robinson passes to Hero. Here's Jaquez. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
And much of the offensive production has come from their willingness to get out and run.
1:16 left here in the second. Back to Bridges. They need this one. Jaquez with the rebound.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
So it's the Hornets now. The Heat knocking down the tray. And with the bounce pass, Bridges. Miami grabs the miss. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Well, you saw how dialed up they were from distance. The defense just couldn't get out to everyone.
And that explains their three-point percentage. They had more than a few players giving the defense absolute fits from range.
Here's Man. The Heat knocking down the tray. Nurkic can't hit. 29 seconds left to play in the first half. Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Mitchell's got 27.
You want to talk about a perfect performance? He hasn't missed a shot all night. Incredible.
Jaquez with the steal. That one falls. Jaquez has got 15 points.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
Ball's knocked loose. Outside, Green. On the wing, Man. And he was able to put it up in time, but it doesn't fall. And so it's Miami, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. From one Kevin to another, you guys were dominant in that first half, and you have a big lead, but do you forget about that in the second half?
Oh, yeah. We got to treat it like a 0-0 game. I know we're going to stay in the locker room. We got to come out and win the third quarter. If we do that, we feel like we'll be okay. But like I said, this team is tough. We know they're capable of coming back.
Well, we'll see what happens, Kevin. Thanks. And now back to the other Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, how'd you feel about it?
The difference in bench points is staggering. Their second unit came to play tonight. They were aggressive. You got to figure the starters are loving it, seeing how much work their second unit is.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Charlotte.
Definitely they need to get out of the three-point shooters and contest. Oh, shit. This is what happens when the other team identifies your weakness. It just keeps hammering on it.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Davion Mitchell has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
Something has kicked him into gear tonight as he has done work on the offensive end.
Boy, he's been aggressive looking for his shot. Remarkable effort on the offensive end in that first half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. We've got Tyler Hero. Also Mitchell out there. And it's Anderson in at the power forward position. Now, here's Green. No scoring in this one. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Six to shoot. Here's Bridges. Highsmith grabs the miss. And it's Anderson with the ball for Miami. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Ware kicks to Mitchell. The three from Anderson. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Mitchell's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Shot ready on the catch. Kyle Anderson in the catch and shoot.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And you could see what he wanted to do there, but that was a tough giveaway.
And I think the intention doesn't always equal the result. Wrong play, wrong time.
Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. And there's another one for the Heat.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
On the wing, Green. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Out to Bridges. That's tipped. Over Anderson. Bridges misses.
Boy, yet another missed opportunity here. Whatever they talked about at halftime, it's not working.
Shots good by Hero.
And a legitimate threat to connect from deep. Hero doesn't lack confidence trying his luck from there.
Anderson with the double team. Man finds Bridges. Back to Man. To the inside. And just miss after miss right now.
It was an ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Hero passes to Anderson over Miller. And it's Anderson that time on the assist from Hero. And that's 13 points for Kyle Anderson. The Hornets have gone 0 of 5 to the start of the second quarter. Extremely cold shooting coming out of the locker room. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. Over Bridges, and another basket for Miami.
Well, just tremendous fast break play from Kyle Anderson. Getting easy buckets, so important to a team's success.
Stolen by Anderson. Got that bucket in no time at all. Anderson's got 9 points here in the second half.
Boy, they are feasting. Right now off of all of these turnovers.
Anderson with the double team. On the wing, Bridges. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Williams kicks to Miller. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point land. Charlotte gets it back. Bridges. Williams passes to Man. Outside, Green. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Heat ball. Teams that make their free throws, they're so tough down the stretch. Let's check out the best. Number 1, the Heat.
You can't be careless when you play them. I mean, no wasted opportunities at the line. It's a team effort, and they're getting it done.
When you look at the game of Mark Williams, Doris, what impresses you the most?
Well, probably his size and athleticism. That combination makes him an immediate fit. He understands which shots to take on the offensive end, seems to have a great feel for how to position himself on the defensive end and how to mix it up on the glass.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. LeBron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 through 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Man with it, covered by Mitchell. On the wing, Williams. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
So a moment now to see the story on Davion Mitchell. Just an incredible month of basketball. Putting up 26 points per, over 5.5 steals and 3 assists. And he brings it for them every game on the offensive end.
Well, I think you can tell he relishes this role, being the catalyst on the offensive end, night in and night out.
Connects from three-point range.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Pass to Man. Poke loose. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touch by Hero. Charlotte making a switch. Williams is checked in. .122 left to play in the third. Stolen by Hero. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Jovic. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
I'll tell you, right now, These guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Stolen away. Hero passes to Jovic. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And the Hornets with possession here. After the Heat pick up 2. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Robinson. 5th in steals, and he's a flamethrower from distance. Top 10 in the league in three-point shooting.
And yeah, he's such an efficient scorer. Understands the offense. Moves without the ball so well. That's why he's top 5 in field goal percentage. Stolen by Hero. And another fast break for Miami. Miami running. Count that one. Highsmith's got 6.
And this is what you want on both ends, to win the battle of effort.
And that's exactly what you can control, right? Your desire, your hustle, your will to succeed.
Now here's Green. Scoreless thus far. Got a piece of it. In transition, here comes Miami. Jumps up. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Here's Green. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Here's Jovic. And the Heat, another 3.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And so it's the Miami Heat, able to put on a show for the ages. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Grant Williams, and it's Okogie in at the shooting guard position. So that's the Hornets 5.
This is why you have to stay attached to Rozier. This guy ready to shoot it off the bounce.
Takes a 3, and again, Miami with the triple. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Miami.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
3 on the clock. Fires from way outside. Jeffries can't get it to go.
And for him to shoot from that distance is a bit of a head scratcher.
I think as a player, you have to know your strengths and play to them. And that is not within his range.
And Miami making a change here. Jaquez is checked in. "60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. And here they come. Here's Larson. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Ooh, just shook his man loose with a crafty play inside.
And then the dunk just tops it off beautifully. Okay, time for an injury report. David, do you have any news on the update on Kyle Anderson's injury?
Hey, guys, I got an update from the head athletic trainer of the Heat. He's got an injury to his elbow, specifically his elbow joint, and it looks like it's a pinched nerve. Now it's an unfortunate blow to them so early on in the season. We'll see how this team responds moving ahead. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
There's no question, because even if you know what's wrong, individuals have different healing times. The time frames can be totally different for similar injuries.
And the basket by Rozier.
Really their own worst enemy right now with all these turnovers.
Here's Simpson. Rozier defending. Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Jaquez with the bucket.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Here's Simpson, and he can't stop the run as he misses.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
He swipes the ball away again, and that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And he drives in, and he goes in for the dunk.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Oh, and here comes Rozier all alone. And here's Love for 3. On the wing, Rozier. And there's another one for the Heat.
Well, in the catch-and-shoot game, Terry Rozier as good as it gets.
Hornets have gone 0 of 6 in the 4th quarter. A disastrous start to the period. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And, you know, he's not usually the guy to break out the crossover. Worked for him that time, but I'm not sure I would be doing that consistently.
Back to Williams. Here is Jeffries. Jaquez defending.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Larson with the bucket.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Pass to Diabate. Doris, why is there so much parity around the NBA now?
Yeah, Kevin, I think the new salary cap rules have certainly contributed to what we're seeing in terms of that parity. Super teams are more difficult to assemble. The talent is more evenly spread. And obviously, it has made for a greater level of competition. What could be better?
Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough D.
Williams double team. To the middle.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Heat.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Davion Mitchell.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
And here's the break. Rozier for three, and again, Miami with the triple.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
All alone, throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.